Okay everyone, we are back. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of bits and bobs and little things that I feel like, you know, we haven't really gotten to talk about, you and me. Before I get into anything else, I want to talk about this before I forget because it's one of the most exciting things in the HelloKaty universe, and that, my friends, is my bedding collection. And if you guys know anything about me, you would know that I'm like home decor obsessed. It's always been a dream of mine to design my own bedding collection, and so Dormify reached out to me and we together made all of my home decor dreams come true because I designed my very own bedding collection, which you guys can see behind me kind of. I'm gonna do like a little video pan so you guys can like actually see it. As you guys might know, you know, in the past 4 years actually, ever since freshman year, maybe even before that, I've had an all white bed. So like white bedspread, white pillows. I'll link all this in the description box below if you guys are interested. It's called the Easy Like Sunday collection. I'm not sure why I didn't mention that sooner, but yeah, the collection is called Easy Like Sunday. When you think of your bed, you think of like a comfortable, you know, safe haven you go to when you're obviously tired and also just like at the end of a long day. And there's nothing I like more than waking up on Sunday morning and being like, oh my god, I don't have to do anything. Like, hence the name, Easy Like Sunday. I wanted my collection to be affordable. I wanted it to be accessible for you guys because I get so many questions about where my bedding is from, where my XYZ is from, and so I figured it would be easy if I had it all in one place for you guys to purchase. So check out the link in the description box below to my Easy Like Sunday collection with Dormify. Very excited for you guys to check it out. So that is the first thing I wanted to cover. Now that we've covered that, I want to move on to talking about my podcast. There's just something about listening to a podcast versus watching a video or looking at an Instagram photo. Like it's its own medium, and it's an exciting medium because it's somewhere where I can just, you know, sit and ramble and not have to edit my thoughts, and it's so quick and easy for me to upload it. And you know, not to mention I don't have to be on camera, so I don't have to look good. And I know you guys are like, Katie, we don't care if you look bad, but like, guys, like, come on. So my podcast is called Thick and Thin, and basically I talk about the ins and outs of my daily life here in New York City, you know, being a millennial, just, you know, the stuff that we go through on a daily basis, me kind of reflecting, telling stories, answering questions. So I have 3 episodes up of the podcast right now, and it's actually available on everywhere you listen to podcasts practically. And if I forgot one, please let me know, but if you type in thick and thin, like the fancy and sign, thin, on nearly every podcast app or website or anything. Like, it's available, you know, internationally. I kind of now just want to organically dive into my life in New York and just life right now, and you know, answering your questions. I really do care about what you guys have to say and about what you guys are curious about in regards to my life, because I always think that you guys care about one thing, but it turns out you guys care about like a completely other realm. And a lot of times it's stuff that, you know, I don't necessarily want to talk about because I'm a little embarrassed about something, or, you know, you guys keep me on my toes because you guys kind of force me, in a nice way, force me to, you know, come to terms with the things that are bothering me and with things that I'm trying to avoid, because I feel like a lot of times in life, you know, we consciously avoid things. You know, we know we're doing it. We know we're trying to avoid something in our life, but we're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna deal with that, you know, next week or 2 weeks or when I'm ready. You know, okay, guys, spoiler alert, you're never gonna be fully ready for anything in your life. You know, you can definitely be like, okay, I think I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Totally fine, but you know what? That might mean you're not ready to consciously seek out a relationship. You're not ready to go on a date, per se. But that doesn't mean that a relationship can't come, you know, tumbling into you like a bull in a china shop, you know, because life happens. And you could consciously say, I don't want a boyfriend right now. I don't want to go on this date with this guy. I'm gonna ignore the crap out of this guy because I don't want to go on a date with him and I don't want to date him. And then you could be mindlessly just, you know, wandering around, you know, minding your own business, and then a guy just pops right into you, and then boom, you're in love. That was a little mini ramble in there, but essentially I'm scrolling through like the first 4 or 5 questions you guys have asked me, and they all have to do with my dating life. So by popular demand, a lot of you guys have asked me about my dating life and about boys in New York City, and more specifically, Steph wants to know any new guys in your life. In my second podcast episode, it kind of touches on a lot of this. It's called Forcing It and Faking It. This episode in particular kind of touches on my tendency to force things in my life, and not necessarily, you know, in a spontaneous way, like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, jump on into this. It's almost like getting really frustrated when things aren't where I think they should be, as in, like, I'm in New York City, I have an awesome job that I love, I'm going out with my friends all the time, doing, you know, the Carrie Bradshaw life, but I don't have a boyfriend to share it with, and I find that really frustrating sometimes. But by the same token, there's moments where I don't want one, and it's all over the place. And do you guys ever feel this way? You're like, okay, I think I want this, and so, like, I'm really gonna, like, force this to happen in my life. I'm gonna go on a ton of dates, and I'm gonna really put myself out there, and then, like, you're about to go on the date and you're like, oh, darn it, I don't really want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this. You know, why did I think I wanted to do this? You know, I constantly am thinking, okay, you know, it just makes sense that I'm at this point in my romantic life. But I'm just not there, and I think the reason is I want a boyfriend for all of the wrong reasons. You know, I want one because I think it's just about time, and it's, you know, in line with my plan, so to speak, and the fact that I'm in New York, doing great, you know, my dream city, my dream job, having a fun time. You know, I just feel like all of my ducks should be in a row. And the truth of the matter is, this one duck, being my boyfriend, who's not going to be a duck, hopefully, just isn't in the row yet. And that's fine. And although I don't believe that there's ever a perfect time for anything, you know, I think it's just gonna happen sometime, and that's fine with me, and I need to be okay with that, and I need to stop trying to force things. And that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop going on dates. And you guys ask, you know, how's dating in New York, and how's boys in New York, and to be honest, it's so fucking fun. It's so fun. You know, going on dates can be fun if you go into it not with all these expectations. You know, I'm gonna continue to date, and I'm gonna continue to go out and about and whatever, but I need to stop having these huge expectations for myself, because at some point it's going to completely break me, and I need to just chill and have fun and stop obsessing. And so do you. You know, if you're ever feeling like really overwhelmed in the dating department, just stop thinking so much. Stop convincing yourself that you need to be at the point that everyone else is at in their life, because at the end of the day, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. And that's the biggest piece of advice I could offer to anyone who's in my shoes or going to be in my shoes. It's really hard not to have control. We gotta be okay with being uncomfortable. We gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable sometimes, especially when it comes to timing. So that's how the boy scene is going. Going out in New York City, being single, is really fun because, you know, there's like the flirting and the you know, meeting guys out and, you know, dancing and getting numbers and going on dates, and it's like really fun and exciting. And I just wish I wouldn't get so, you know, worked up about it, you know, especially at night when I'm like in bed by myself, you know, just like sad because I'm like, oh, all my friends have boyfriends, you know. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Bronter Rose wants to know, what is your zodiac sign? I'm a Scorpio, and I'm very much a true Scorpio. So my birthday is October 27th. Mark your calendars. I've been doing a lot of like clapping after I say things in this video. I think it's been a while since I've like sat down and talked to you guys. I'm gonna read a list of Scorpio traits, if you will. So the first one is focused, brave, balanced, faithful, ambitious, intuitive, jealous, secretive. Oh god, we're getting into the harder ones. Resentful, manipulative. Yep, that's me in a nutshell. Scorpios are very sensitive and can get hurt easily by negative treatment and comments. Yeah. I don't do well with criticism. I need to work on that. Scorpios have a knack of getting things done their way. Yeah. If a Scorpio born has decided on something, it's almost impossible to divert them from their path. Yeah, that's true. I really do follow my instincts. So yeah, that's me as a Scorpio. And I'm a little bit like, I'll say what I feel. Okay, let's just say that. Anna's lookbook wants to know, what is your go-to drink at the bar? Well, as of late, it constantly changes, but I've never been like a vodka soda girl, so like ever. I actually like really don't like vodka sodas, so don't order me one. Men out there, or women out there who are buying me a drink, I don't know who you are, but thanks. Yeah, I don't do vodka sodas, but I do gin and tonic. That's actually one of my favorite drinks it's kind of like my go-to drink. If I'm kind of hungover or I'm just like not really feeling going out, like I'm like not feeling you know, 100%. I'm either tired or like have a stomach ache or something. Vodka ginger ale is also really good. My friend Bianca introduced me to that actually. If I'm drinking wine, I'll get Sauvignon Blanc, usually from New Zealand. Cloudy Bay is my favorite, but it's expensive. So then there's another one called, I was talking about it in my podcast and someone else recommended a cheaper version of it, which is actually in my fridge right now. I'm trying the cheaper version, but I don't remember the name. But yeah, New Zealand, Sauvignon Blanc. And beer, I like good old-fashioned Corona with lime, my favorite, or I like Stella Artois as well. Alex Swanson wants to know, do you feel that YouTube has changed as a community since you began? Yes and no. My 2 cents on YouTube right now, point blank, people pay a lot of attention to the big creators, you know, the people with millions upon millions of followers, and you know, they think that this is the new YouTube, like these people are the only people that exist. I do it too, guys. Like I kind of, you know, my focus goes to them and I don't remember that there's this whole amazing, you know, really strong community underneath all those huge creators. And not to say those huge creators aren't great people and create great content, but you know, the community hasn't really gone anywhere. At the end of the day, yes, you know, things have changed because times have changed, you know, times have changed and there's way more creators than there ever were, and so you kind of have to keep up with, you know, the way things are evolving in order to stay on top, and I have no desire to stay on top, so that's why I haven't really, you know, changed as much, or I hope I haven't changed. But you know, at the end of the day, I make these videos for you, I make these videos for me, and I don't really make these videos to be #1 and to be trending, and that's just not what I do. So yeah, if you could give your younger self a general piece of advice, what would it be? Greta wants to know. I guess, okay, so I actually came across this quote today. I really just want everyone to hear and to know, and this is something that I really also wish that I knew 4 years ago. The quote is, there are people you haven't met yet who will love you. And I feel like a lot of times we kind of get overwhelmed with our lives in the sense that we think, like, this is it, like, you know, these people that are in my life, this situation I'm in, you know, this is it, like, there's got to be more than this. And spoiler alert, there is more than this, than what you're in right now or what you're struggling with. You know, there's a lot more to this life that you haven't even experienced yet, that you're not even on the brink of yet, that's just so far down the line. But you got to hold out for those things, because those things are going to be beautiful, and those people that you're going to meet are going to love you so much, and you got to give them a chance to love you. You know, get to that point. Keep going, keep moving, keep doing things that inspire you, you know, and don't give up. And I really wish that, you know, I would have been told that 4 years ago. But there's more. There's more out there for all of us, and we just gotta stay tuned. I feel like that's a perfect way for me to end this video. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'm sorry it got really dark and the lighting was just all over the place in this video, but that's just the reality of working a 9 to 5 and then coming home and filming videos. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all next week. Bye!